Hey guys, it's me. I decided to do my video blog today on the balcony, so if it's really noisy, I'm sorry. And today's vlog is actually going to be a TTC or fertility Q&A. So I actually just wrote all the questions down on cards. I'm going to give them a good shuffle, just so that every, trying to conceive video is not the same. So my first question is, I personally am hoping for a little boy first. I had a bigger brother, or well, not bigger, he is bigger, but I had an older brother, and I just think that, every little girl should have a big brother to protect her. Of course, if we have a little girl or girls, then I would be totally fine with that too. At this point, happy, healthy baby is goal number one. A boy would just be preferred. Question number 2. This is a good one. I've bought a lot of stuff. Some stuff I got for free, some stuff I have purchased. So I'm just going to kind of go through some of it, because some of it's actually packed away from when we moved. The first one I got is this. It says, catch of the day. My husband is basically the assistant manager in the seafood department at Whole Foods. So I got this for him because I thought it would be really cute, and then he could take the baby to work in something fishy. We got, a lot of stuff I got is, I'll say it, for boys, but a girl can wear it too. These are 2 different pairs, red and blue, of Ninja Turtle socks. I got them from the dollar store. Then we have a little long-sleeved onesie, elephants. My mother-in-law collects elephants, so it says it's just lots of fun. This is my favorite one, and I almost want to go back and buy the rest of the sizes. It's a Ninja Turtle onesie. Originally I had bought this for baby number 3, or well, actually for baby number 2, because baby number 2 would have been the 3-month. Halloween was around, and it's gonna go as Ninja Turtles, but I still love it, and whatever we have, whatever to wear, for sure. And then you have one little girl onesie, which is cute, and it was actually only 75 cents. And then I love this one. It says, I don't want baby food, grind me a burger. Again, I got it because my husband works in the meat department, and I think it's hilarious. And then this one, this says, because we're having obviously a rainbow sleep whenever have a baby. It says, I am the gold at the end of the rainbow, and I just, even if it's a boy, he's gonna wear that one. It's kind of girly, but I don't care. And then this is something, it's a counted cross stitch, I don't know if you can see it, blanket that I started making for pregnancy number 2, but then I lost the baby and decided not to make that anymore. Well, not to make it until I got pregnant again, and then I lost baby number 3, and we didn't find out until afterwards, so I haven't started making that again, but I haven't put it away yet. And then one thing that I advise, if you get pregnant, don't sign up right away for all of the freebies and samples and stuff, because sadly, if you miscarry and you let them know, they continue to send you stuff. So technically, baby number 1 should have been here a little over 6 weeks ago, and baby number 2 should be here, estimated would have been here in about 3 weeks, and I'm still getting stuff in the mail. So I have 2 of these that they sent me, and basically what it is, pull one out of here, is little tiny bottles with a nipple of newborn milk supplement stuff. It expires in April of next year, so if we're able to get pregnant right away, I'm probably gonna have time to use these. If not, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I have 2 of those, and then I also got several boxes of full, the big containers of powdered infant formula, and some toddler. So if I don't get pregnant right away, then my sister actually is due in 3 weeks. So I'll just give it all to her, just so that it doesn't spoil, because I'd hate for stuff to go bad. And then I have some clothes. Ooh, that was scary. I bought these the other day after surgery. They're just some maternity capris. I got them for $7 at Ross, and there was no way I was going to pass them up, because eventually I will need them. But I didn't fit into my clothes after surgery, so I needed some pants to wear to work. And then these pants I got when I was pregnant with baby number 2, because I ballooned out so quickly that none of my clothes fit, and I just felt like a fatty walking to school all the time. So I got maternity pants, but they never quite fit, and then I lost the baby, so they just been hanging out with me for a while. That's some questions. Question number 3. Obviously, we don't have any, and that's why we're trying right now. But I want as many as I can get. Hubby says no. He actually told me that I could have 3 babies or 3 pregnancies, whichever came first. So if we had triplets, I would only get 1 pregnancy. Twins, 2. So forth and so forth. If I have 2 singletons and then the last pregnancy is twins, then obviously we'd end up with 4 kids, but it's still 3 pregnancies. And I actually, very sadly, thought he was very serious about 3 pregnancies, and I'd hit 3 pregnancies already with no births, so I thought he was done with baby making, but he said those don't count because we don't actually have anything there. I don't actually watch that many moms, to be honest with you. I watch some mamas to be, if that counts. Those would be Little Lady Blue. I love her blog. She's so funny. Conceive a Baby or Christy. She's been trying forever, and I really hope she gets a baby soon. This one, I'm not sure how to say it, but it's like Elijah and Chris, or Alicia and Chris. And Jenna, aka Someday Mama. Mostly on YouTube, I'm just watching like what procedure I'm going to have next to see, you know, what it's all about. I personally don't think I do anything all that crazy, to be honest with you. I like to keep things kind of natural. As far as trying to conceive so far, I mean, I'm not opposed to doing some crazy things, let me tell you. But, you know, I just do the temping and the OPKs. I have noticed probably since August of last year that right around the time that I ovulate, my nose gets very, very stuffy. So I started taking Mucinex at the recommendation of my doctor and noticed that my CM gets really, really good. So, I mean, that's probably one of the crazier things that I do is just take Mucinex. The craziest things though. 1 month, I thought for sure, well, the month before my surgery, I thought for sure that there was, you know, I could be pregnant, and I very well could have been. But I had seen this video on YouTube. No, not even a video on YouTube. I was watching stories from the ER, and I had seen this doctor use blood on a pregnancy test because the girl couldn't pee. And I was like, oh, I can do that. So I tried my hardest to get some blood onto a pregnancy test. I actually used one of those diabetes pricker things because there was a while when they thought I was diabetic. And I had pricked all my fingers, but I wasn't getting the blood that I wanted. So I tried to prick right here on my wrist. Yeah, on this wrist even. And my whole wrist had bubbled up. Like, don't ever do that. And so I thought my husband was going to kill me. So I started massaging my wrist, and then the blood just started pouring, like squirting out of my fingers in the bathroom. That was pretty crazy, and needless to say, it really didn't work. I don't recommend trying it. And then the other crazy thing that I did was I tried to give my husband a semen analysis at home and look under his semen in a microscope. It was actually pretty awesome, and if I got the go-ahead from him, I would share the video because you can totally see him swimming around and stuff, but I'm definitely not an expert. You know, I showed my doctor the video and she said his sperm looked amazing, so I'm not worried about him, but that's just the other crazy thing that I've done. That depends on the cycle and whether or not I have conceived that cycle or not. Typically, I ovulate on day 20. Sometimes it will move up just to day 18 or 19, but mostly it's day 20. And actually, after each of my miscarriages, I ovulated on day either 13 or 14, which was kind of weird that it scooted up so far. But the other thing is that after each miscarriage, even though I ovulated pretty much the same, my luteal phase actually got longer. So the doctors don't know why, but that's just kind of what happened. Yes and no. I was diagnosed with recurrent early pregnancy loss, or REPL or RPL, depending on who you talk to and how they say it. After having 3 miscarriages, that's kind of just what they categorize you as. And then I don't know how infertility related it is, but my septum was removed obviously last month. And they said I should be fertile now. I was fertile before, so it just couldn't get anything to stick. So I don't know if you classify that as an infertility, but all my bloods are normal, my hormone levels are normal, my follicles are normal, and actually my AMH, anti-Müllerian hormone, came back on the very low side of normal. They like to see it over 1, and mine was 1.12, which she said is pretty low, but still considered normal. So, I don't know, she just said whatever. I will be 30 June 3rd, so in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. My husband will be 31 in September, so he's 30 now. We have actually, I did the calculation, been married 345 days today. Our 1-year anniversary is on June 8th, so in a couple weeks we are going to go kind of relive our wedding day and go to the Butterfly Pavilion where we got married and stay at the hotel, and then we're going to do some fun stuff like massages and stuff like that. Yes, he does, and I don't think he wants to know. He can pretty much tell you when I'm going to start my period. He knows when I'm going to ovulate. He probably could tell you what my mucus is going to do any certain day. I'm thinking this next year that we're trying, and hopefully it won't be a year, but as we enter into this next year, I'm not going to tell him as much. Just kind of keep the mystery alive and let him see what he notices. But we'll see. I only own 2. And I actually didn't purchase either of them. Let me grab them. Hold on. Oh, I guess I have 3. So the first one of the benefits of working at Whole Foods, but maybe your insurance company does it also, is they have a pregnancy support something or another. And so you call them when you get pregnant, and they send you, which is stuff that I just have packed away, diapers and wipes and prenatal vitamins, and they actually send you 2 books. So the first book that they sent was Disease Proof Your Child, Feeding Kids Right. Honestly, I haven't read this. It's by Joel Furman, MD, if you're interested. He also wrote Eat to Live. They sent it. I don't know. I have no interest in reading it right now, to be honest with you, and I don't know that I'll read it, but who knows. And then the other book that they sent me before was, you have your option. You can either get the Mayo Clinic Guide to Pregnancy or something like that, or What to Expect When You're Expecting. I had gotten the same book for my sister, only the 1983 version, when my sister had my nephew, and so I wanted a brand new copy. I don't think anything's changed in the 2 books. This one seems to be a little bit thicker. Next time I definitely am going to get the Mayo Guide to Pregnancy because it is so much better. I did read the beginning of this one, and it seems like they just try and scare you a lot, and I didn't really care for that. And a lot of stuff is the ideal, and I'm probably not going to be the ideal pregnancy. So, but these are the 2 that I have. And then in a bargain bin, I actually got my baby record book. And it's just super cute. You put photos in there. It's just, a baby book. But it was only $8, so, can't go wrong with that one. Honestly, right now, work keeps me busy pretty much all the time. If I'm not at work, then I'm really stressing about work. And, you know, I don't know how many of you actually know what I do, but I am a paraprofessional or a teacher's aide in an affective needs classroom, which is basically a para for students with emotional disabilities. And they are very angry most of the time. And it's just, and most of the time they have some pretty severe learning disabilities also. So I spend a lot of time on Pinterest and Google trying to figure out ways to help them learn better and to help them behave, which is not an easy task. So word to the wise, if you're a parent, please hold your children responsible for their actions. It will make their teacher's life a whole lot better if they can accept consequences for what they do. Just saying. The other thing is that I am not a very good housekeeper, and so if I'm not working or thinking about work, or on Facebook or YouTube or Baby and Bump shout out, usually I'm cleaning something or another, which I need to go do right now, but I'm not gonna. Again, I did the math. We have been so far trying to conceive for 1 year and 11 days, or 53 weeks, exactly 53 weeks. We can't try again for 54 more days. So by the time we can start trying again, we will have been trying for 1 year, 2 months, and 4 days. So quite a while. Not as long as some people though. Again, this depends on the cycle. If I am not, well, okay, so my temperature every single time I've been pregnant has gone triphasic. So I don't typically test unless I see that triphasic pattern going, and then I'll test 4 days after the second shift. And then if I'm not pregnant, then I'll wait until like my period is due that day or the next day. So usually like 1 or 2. Now on the cycles where I have been pregnant, I test like, you know, every single day because I wanted to see that progression. Unfortunately that kind of bit me in the butt because I miscarried each and every time. But so pregnancy cycles probably 5 or 6 times, except for one, it was like 18 pregnancy tests. Typical cycle 1 or 2. Those are all of my TTC questions. If you like it, great. Subscribe. If you haven't already, visit my blog. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. If you're a TTCer and you are doing video blogs, go ahead and do one. They're actually kind of fun. Good luck. God bless, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.